In Rwanda, it takes 2 days to register a business. In Singapore, it's a matter of hours. And in South Africa, it takes 25 days. It's been identified by business and government that red tape is a major concern and is costing the country billions of rands.
We know in South Africa, red tape costs about 76 billion. That's the Small Business Monitors has done a study to see what it costs business in South Africa. We know that we need to, as a region, make it easy to do business so we can grow our economy and create jobs, and also help us create a brand of a region that is that you're able to come to get a good education, to come to that you'll find opportunity, you can open a business, you can do it easily, you can invest from around the world, and it's a good place to do business. It makes business sense, and that's what we're after through this project.
To establish the Western Cape as a prime investment destination, local government has committed itself to increasing broadband penetration to bring down the costs of internet access. Just over 75% of people in the province don't have access to broadband.
Well, I think that when we did, the Western Cape did a position paper that investigated what the reasons were and to the impact that broadband could have on the economy and on the region. And the third thing is we looked at the role of provincial government getting involved with the broadband space if there was a problem. And overwhelmingly what we had discovered was that there are market failures, and so to a certain extent comes from having a state monopoly, and the movement towards an open competitive system takes a while, and I think developed countries themselves have struggled. So there was a need for government assistance and facilitation. And the second issue is also that market gets dictated by profits. So I mean that's where companies go to. And in South Africa, because of the inequalities, there are some areas and regions that are not profitable for companies to go to. And I think that is particularly where government intends to intervene. So what the result is, the Western Cape has a broadband initiative that looks at covering the whole of the Western Cape. This is a medium-term plan, so we're looking at realization probably 7-8 years from now. But we're hoping for really a robust infrastructure that allows companies then to start offering their services and their products via the internet, and delivering services government as well.
Tell us about some of the enabling factors of broadband connectivity for government services, education, and also the benefits that it'll have on the Cape's economy.
Well, we're only starting the process now to unpack it. Now, part of the problem is that internationally, in developed countries as well as developing countries, is education strategies have been adopted and policies, and there's been a lot of money being spent. But there's also been a lot of failures, and the impact of it has not necessarily been quantified yet. So I think that the difficulty is, I think the UK as well has recently abandoned their e-education policy, and as we develop ours, is making sure that we do actually have impact, that we can measure it, and that does actually deliver what we expect it to deliver. But there's some near-term benefits. So one, just in terms of, if you look at administration and moving away from a paper-based to a much more of an instantaneous reporting environment, there you're going to gain a whole lot of efficiencies. The second thing is, how do you use IT and broadband to improve the quality of teaching? So it's empowering teachers, broadcasting lessons, particularly broadcasting lessons over the internet, or having teachers just use laptops and a Light Pro to provide quality lessons, and particularly in the rural areas where a lot of the, you don't have specialist subject teachers. So you can really improve the quality of teaching, and then maybe more in the medium to long term, it's basically giving each child access to a laptop or a computer or a mobile device that allows them to do education any time of the day. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but I think it's essentially the path that we choose has to be carefully crafted, because you can make mistakes.
Another key issue raised was the fragmented state of the Western Cape's public transport system. MEC for Transport, Robin Carlyle, is on a mission to integrate Cape Town's public transport. The key message of the event was to improve efforts of coordination between government, business and labour to grow the Western Cape economy and maintain its status as South Africa's fastest growing province.